Let me show you something that I do before we move on. We're in another video. We're going to do a Mozambique drill. We're going to do a 2-inch drill. These are drills. One of them's for accuracy. The other one is a little more self-defense. But let me talk about your target for a minute. What you're really interested is your headshots and your thoracic. I will take a piece of tape now and I will cover up these holes. And these are holes I kind of slung in there a while ago to show you what it looks like. Let's throw that right there. I'm not going to need it. Now, you don't have to tape everything. I don't tape everything up, but I'm taping enough so that if I do have a flyer in a minute, I'm not wondering whether it was now. So let's come on back here now, and I'm going to start at 3 inches, 3 feet again. And at the bottom of that paper, Justin, go up there and show them. I won't draw a weapon until you get back. The 2-inch circle. Go down to the 2-inch circle. All right. All right. Eyes and ears. Let's talk about this, because this is one of the drills that I take, especially the men in our church through, because you've got to learn to do headshots, and you've got to be able to do headshots at 10 yards. In the Houston shooting, remember that guy shot him at 10 yards. I mean, that was a great shot, and he shot him in the head. And a lot of people think, well, that was a hard shot. It's not that hard, really. So what I do is I start at 3 yards again. I'm going to go for the 2-inch circle, which we've already done the 1-inch, so we see that's not that hard. But every time I put 2 rounds in it, I'm going to back my body up, and I'm going to record how well I did. And this is a great drill for you to advance in your trigger control, especially at distances. And then we'll talk about the why of that in a minute. Okay, let's check, chamber check. Okay, we're gonna start on the bottom left 2-inch circle. They're in there. So just look at me, Justin, just turn to me, that's good. They're in there. So watch what I do now. I'm gonna go 1, 2. That's all I'm going to do. I am now going to attempt to put them in the 2-inch circle again. Let's go. 2 rounds. They're in there. Okay. Now, watch what I do. Now, I'm just going 1, 2. I'm not really going 3, 5, 7 yards. I'm just going back 2 paces every time. All right, let's do it again. Let's see if I can do it today. Miss. In there. In there. 2 of them are in there. There's a miss. And the pros missed. But I did put my last 2 in, so I'm going to back up. 1, 2. Okay, now where I am is I'm right at about 6 yards. So let's do it again. All right, they're in there. A little high, but they're in there. So I'm backing up again. Let's back up. Come on over here. I don't want you in front of me. I'm going to have to take my time this time because I'm starting to shoot out. Okay, they're in there. Again, watch me, back up, boom, boom. Okay, I think you get the point. All right, I think 1 or 2 of those is out. I'm just slinging lead now. So I'm at about 8 yards. Okay, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this at all? Okay, I actually kind of sped up. I'm kind of getting in a hurry right here. I think my max is 13 yards. Gotten to where I can do that at 15 yards, but it takes an enormous amount of concentration to do that. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a Mozambique now. Now here's why. Well, come back here to 3 yards again, because a gun is anemic. That a 9mm, a 40, a 45 is still a handgun, and they don't have the kind of stopping power you think they do. The whole movie thing where a guy gets shot and drops, that's just not real. Most of the time you can put several rounds. So the Mozambique drill was designed when you're shooting an anemic round. A 9mm is anemic. And what that means is you got a bad guy there, and 2 rounds does not stop him. So we're going to go 2 rounds front sight only, and then we're going to come back to the head shot use the front, rear sight, pull the trigger, and that'll definitely stop the bad guy, okay? You ready to go? Mozambique, 3 yards. Okay, let's come back up here and look. 2 of them in the thoracic, 1 in the head. That stopped him. Now here's, after you've done this at 3 yards, let's do it again. Let's come back to 5. You understand, every time you're changing distance, you're going to slow down a little, but you need to learn your rhythm. Now what I mean by that is don't try to shoot fast, shoot accurate, and let speed take care of itself. So we're going to do the Mozambique again, and we're going to do it from, need to reload, in the head. So you saw me, I slowed down a little bit. I'm at 5 yards, but I'm still in there. Now let's drop back to 7 and let's do it again. This way you're actually shooting self-defense. You're doing a self-defense shooting, and so I'm only using my front sight on that thoracic. In other words, once that front sight touches the paper, I'm pulling the trigger. Now I'm going to do it slow this time. I'm going to exaggerate something. Are you ready? Okay. Now the gun jumps, and the minute the sight comes back, I pull the trigger a second time. Now then I realize he's not dead. He's still coming. That's when I'm going for the head, into the head. All right, right in the mouth. Okay. Okay. That is what we call the Mozambique. 2 to the body, 1 to the head. And this over here is my 2-inch drill, and we'll be back in a few minutes with something else, and then we'll be ready to go.